cancelled and relisted. Prismatic Evolutions ETB scandal. Let's look at the numbers. Welcome back to Rob Does Pokemon, everyone. I hope you are doing well. I have a doozy of a video for you guys tonight. There has been some major drama in the Canadian buy and sell Facebook groups, and we might just have some major problems with Prismatic Evolutions pre-orders for Elite Trainer boxes worldwide. So I was minding my own business. I was drinking my coffee. I was eating my oatmeal very, very pleasantly. It was a beautiful morning when all of a sudden I saw a Facebook group post which nearly gave me a heart attack. It said Prismatic Evolutions ETB pre-orders have been cancelled. So I went straight to my email. I made sure that there was nothing in there from Pokemon Center, because heaven forbid they cancel my PC ETBs. I would be very, very upset indeed. To reassure you guys, you don't have to go and check. As I record this video, nothing has been cancelled. Knock on wood, they don't change anything in that department. No, this post was actually put up by a buyer who had received an email from a card store that's pretty well known up here, but who I won't actually mention because it is a private group and I don't believe in actually doxing the seller. We'll talk about what's going on. Here's what the screen cap says. It says, you received a refund of Canadian $271.15. Unfortunately, we were just billed for Prismatic Evolutions and the prices were not as promised. We are paying much more per item and cannot fulfill orders for much less than what we paid. We will take the hit on one item per SKU per customer at the original price in good faith. The rest have to be refunded. We do have some product available right now at the restock pricing based on what we would build if you are still interested. We apologize for the inconvenience. And you can see here, guys, it was 4 ETBs at 60 bucks Canadian. And Canadian is like 1.4 right now to the dollar in the US. So yeah, they're going to be selling those for a lot more based on what TCG Player have them up for. Now, this is how it begins, guys. And the reason I'm making this video is because for many of you, this is not your first rodeo, but for some of you who watch this video, this is indeed your first rodeo on this side of things. And I want to give you some reassurances. I want to try and give you both sides of the argument and let you make an educated decision about how you guys spend your money and what you do in the future. That's kind of why I'm here. So the first thing I did when I saw this was I put this up on my Instagram and I asked other people, I said, look, is anyone else having this experience? Is anybody else having sellers cancel pre-orders? And the response was like an avalanche, guys. So many people said, yes, that's happening. Yep, 100% I've had it happen. I've seen the same store relist stuff. I'm going to show you a few now, kind of from around the world, just another 3. So there's one here from Belgium. This is in Dutch. And yeah, they say they can't accept a 5% profit margin on Prismatic, so they're going to have to cancel the pre-orders. And then, of course, they listed them up after that. There's one here from Italy. And this one basically says the same thing minus the 5% bit. I can't read it, guys. I can't read it. I don't read Italian. But it says the pre-order's been cancelled. And then the same store listed it again. So Ricardo and Cliff, very, very, very unhappy with what happened there. And then there's one here from the US. Again, I'm not going to dox any of these stores. How a business runs their profit margins, what they decide to do to their customers, it's none of my business. I will commentate on it, but I don't want anyone getting the pitchforks out and going after them. So this dude here, Eric, he had a case of 10 for $449 US, cancelled, gone, and donezo. And some of the logic that's been given by some of these sellers is the distribution are absolutely screwing them over, and they have raised the price 3 times over. That's what they're telling their customers. Now, I know quite a few card store owners up here in Canada, down in the US, some in the UK, Australia. I know Charlie from Cardnomics is an awesome guy. I asked some of these guys, I said, is distribution raising the pricing on Prismatic ETBs? Like, this is something they've never really done before, like on a first wave. I know sometimes in subsequent waves, they'll push it up. Nobody came back and said they're doing that. Every single person said there is no way, that is not happening, that is not how distribution works with the first wave. People may be getting their allocations cut, and that sucks. They may have oversold their pre-orders, they may have to be refunding, but they certainly won't be listing stuff at a higher price. Unfortunately though, guys, as the day unfolded, I got more and more messages of people telling me this is happening. Sellers are going into their VIP groups after canceling orders and offering the product at a much higher price. And it just sucks. It really, really sucks. I mean, on the one hand, there's the business side of things, and they say, look, we got to make our money. We got to do what we got to do to put bread on the table. Like, it's not our fault. And on the other side, you've got people who quite rightly are saying, well, we paid for this like 2 months ago. You've had our money. We paid our credit card off, or we paid interest on our credit card. If you've been maybe a little bit irresponsible, you know who you are. And you guys need to honor the price that you've given us, right? I mean, this reminds me very much of just last year when we saw prices of Japanese 151 absolutely tank and then jump up again in the space of 24 hours. There were lots of sellers that had pre-ordered and sold at a big big difference to what they were actually going to get the product for. And they canceled pre-orders, which is terrible. I actually became friends with Sakura's card store and Kuyon Collectibles because they were two of the stores that did not do this. They honored their pricing, they took the loss, and they moved on because they understand that reputation is far more important than anything else. So look, where I'm going with this, guys, is I want to reassure people because there is some craziness happening right now. Many people are worried, like whether you're a collector, investor, whether you just want to open packs with your kids, it doesn't matter. You are worried you are going to miss out forever on Prismatic Evolutions. This was your chance to get it at MSRP. Card stores are becoming scalpers, all of this business, right? And whether they are or not, whether they are behaving in your best interest or they just see all the money flying around, it's kind of irrelevant because I want to tell you guys right now that I don't know the future. I don't know what's going to happen with this set. I don't know if you're going to be able to get product really, really easily, like Vivid Voltage, like Champion's Path, or Shining Fates. I don't know if that's going to happen. But I'm going to tell you a story from my own job, okay? Because some of you say to me, look, Rob, you don't own a card store, you don't really know what's going on. So I was in charge of purchasing and buying millions and millions of dollars of hot tubs, saunas, and massage chairs and pools during the COVID boom. We had a crazy boom in the industry that I'm in. I bought a lot of product. And what I saw and was responsible for managing was our manufacturers put the prices up on hot tubs and products that we had sold 6 months prior, right before they shipped, because they knew we had no choice but to pay it. And we did not pass that cost on to our customer, not a single dollar, not a single cent. Not because we're saints, but we understand the reputation piece of what is going on. So I've experienced that firsthand. Now, the reason we were forced to absorb that is because the manufacturer had us over a barrel. We had no other option but to take it. The thing I want to tell you guys is you are not over any barrel, okay? You haven't pre-sold anything, okay? And I do think stores should move heaven and earth to honor the pre-sales, no matter what is happening. I do believe that should be happening, but there's all different mitigating circumstances. You as a consumer, if you're watching this in the same boat as me, you are not over a barrel. You reserve the right not to pay these prices. And if you miss out, so be it. There's going to be a lot of craziness with this set coming in the next little while. A lot of really weird stuff that you may have seen before, that you may have not. This is an awesome place to be. It's an awesome hobby. If you really want to open packs with your kids, go and buy the Japanese. Guys, seriously. I opened lots with my 5-year-old daughter. She absolutely loved it. It was an incredible experience. She doesn't care what they say on the front. She can't even read properly yet, okay? So it was a really, really fun time and much, much cheaper and much more available. The point I'm trying to make here is not go and buy Japanese instead of English. It's that you have the right to say no. Don't buy these sky-high prices if you are not happy with it. Do not support sellers if you don't like what they are doing, because if you're here for investing or collecting, whatever it may be, the best advice I have ever been given in both those spaces, but mostly investing, is, Rob, if you miss out, there will always be another party to go to. There will always be another one to go to. So guys, enjoy the release. It's going to be a fun one. I got lots more content coming up. And on the subject of Kuyon Collectibles, he is doing a stream on Saturday night. I'm going to link to it. He is an awesome dude. Go and check him out. Until next time, my friends, take it easy.